Yep.
Okay, so a four-parter. So what I wanted to do is we're going to do a few different, most of them are like jumping ones. I'm going to stand up and try and get the whole, I don't like being indoors, but it's 2 minutes, but outside. Right, hacking. That's so good, I can't go so far back. Okay, that's better. So we're starting off with skipping, but you don't need to have a rope. So we're basically just jumping on the spot, so like this. You don't have to do the hands, but just jumping on the spot for a sec. Oh, we got another one. And we're going to go for 30 seconds. Helen, just start when you're ready. So just
hello.
Hi. And we're going to go for about 30 seconds.
Oh my God.
No rush, it's all right.
I was just working, cooking dinner, and totally forgot.
Oh, it's all right. That's right. I'm glad you could join us in the end. No, that's good. So then moving on to 30 seconds, we've got jumping jacks. So that's 1, 2, 3.
8. Oh God.
Also, and then we have heel kicks. So that's these ones. And then high knees. If that's a bit difficult, you can just go slower, and with less of a walking, you're kind of just moving the knee, or you can do your running, slightly more challenging ones. Okay, and I reckon just keep going. Hang on a sec. Let's do them all again. Just 15 seconds each this time. Just to get our, to do a little bit more cardio. So we're starting with our jumping on the spots or our skipping, like this. You don't have to do the arms if it looks a bit ridiculous, but it's effectively the same thing, but jumping on the spot doesn't seem very challenging, but you're effectively skipping. Awesome, I can't remember what I said was next. Jumping jacks. Hang on, I've lost my timer. Come back, timer. A few more seconds of those. And then heel kicks. And then high knees. And stop. Oh, there we go. Okay. Then I want us to do a little bit of mobility and stretching. So I'm going to do some reverse lunges. So it's a nice big step back and go into your lunge. So just a few of these, just to get the knees and the hips all working. Ooh, falling over. There we go. Couple more. Awesome. What have I got next? Opposite toe touches. So, I don't know if you can see me properly from over here. You can't, oh man. This is why I hate being indoors, there's not enough space. Let's have a look. So I want you to start with your arms to your sides, like this, in a sort of T pose. And then keeping your arms straight and your legs as straight as possible, reach down and touch the opposite toe. Boom. So left hand to right foot. Like twister. No, twister? What's the one with the, when you put your, you know, like red foot green? Is that called twister? It's called twister. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome. And then finally, we've got a couple more. So we're going to do the open the gates. I don't know if they're not gate swings, but it's these ones. Knee up, knee out, and down. Just opening the hips and engaging the quads and hamstrings. And what's our last one? Oh, just some arm swings. So arm swings, but we're going to start off small. So arms out to the side, little circles, kind of just moving your fingertips. And then you're going to get a little bit bigger. And a bit bigger. And a bit bigger. And then probably your biggest now, if I can not punch this chandelier above my head. All right. And that is probably it for our warm-up. Let me get my space on the floor back. It's a little bit of an angle, so wow. Let's get better. Okay. So, as I explained to the people who were here before, just minutes before you guys, it's a simple full body blast. We're just going to do one exercise for each main muscle. So one shoulder, one chest, one bicep, one tricep, one quads, one hams for each round. So one exercise each. There's quite a lot of exercises. So there's only 2 rounds. We'll probably just get each round done once. We might have time to do another one again. We'll see how we get on. And it's 15 to 20 reps for each exercise. So it's up to you, depending on how difficult you find the exercise and how much you're moving. So you could probably easily do 20 bicep curls, but 20 squats might be harder because you're using more muscles. So that's totally up to you. 15 to 20 reps an exercise, 1 exercise for each muscle, more or less, in every round. I've just realised that one of my rounds looks considerably shorter than the other one, so I'm not sure where I've gone wrong with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I've missed one. Anyway, I'll figure it out as we go along. So we're starting with chest. I will demonstrate all the exercises in this round real quick because there's quite a lot, so I'll go through them quickly. And then obviously I'll do them with you as we go through, so you don't forget how to do them and what you're supposed to be doing. So we're starting with chest, and we've got floor chest flies, which I think are ones that we've done, or you've certainly done in female weights. Just like your regular chest fly, that you're probably easier to do on a bench because you get better range of motion in your shoulders, but we've got floors to deal with. So that's weights pressed up above your chest, arms straight, knees bent, back flat on the floor, and opening up that chest, bring the weights down towards the floor and then back up, squeezing your chest together back at the top. Ooh, smashing everything up. So those are our flies. So we've got chest to start off with, 15 to 20 reps obviously. I believe it's kickbacks, yes it is. So here you're going to need your step or a chair. I'm going to have to use my trusty sofa over here. Here's my sofa. There we go. For some tricep kickbacks, I might make these too heavy actually. But what you want to do is lean against something. So you've got something to put your arm against. Usually you do a bench, but obviously you've got to work what you've got. Back nice and straight. Bend the arm, bring the elbow in towards the torso and extend your arm back like this. really engaging that tricep, squeezing, getting it back as far as you can and back down. And then obviously we'll do the other side as well. Then the next exercise we have are goblet squats. So, oh God, I'm gonna be doing a lot of camera moving today. Pretty standard, a bit more difficult than your regular bodyweight squat because you've got a bit of weight. So feet wide and shoulder width apart, knees facing forward, there's the squat. Back straight, hips back, knees bent. We're pretty comfortable with those, done those plenty of times. And then we've got front raise. So preferably do this standing, but I'm here, we'll do it kneeling. I'd recommend doing these alternating. So that's the weight out in front of you, training the shoulder, keeping the wrist nice and straight, knuckles pointing out away from you like this. So that's 1, 1, 2, 2. So you're doing the same thing and not going 1, 2, 3, because then you're cheating. You're only doing half the reps. So if I say, 15 reps, 15 on both sides, not just 15 between them. So it comes to the end, so we've got our front raise and we've got reverse curls, which is like a regular bicep curl. So you would do a normal bicep curl like this, but your reverse curl, you've got your wrist facing towards you and your knuckles facing outwards. So I'll do one arm. So you're curling up like this. So you're still working the bicep, but you're also using more forearm to keep control of the weight and curl it up like this. So there's your reverse curls, and we have dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. Let's have a look. There we go. So another one we've done a few times. Feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward, slight bend in the knee, not a big one, you only want a little one. And we're bending over, feeling that stretch in the hamstring here, getting as low as you can to keep that back straight, and back up. Pushing up at the hips and bringing your shoulders back. So when you come up, you have to fling yourself backwards, but you want to go really upright. So you're getting that full extension in your lower back. And then finally, we have a dumbbell pullover. So our last exercise is back. And that is very simply, man, I cannot find a good place to put this mat. There you go. Another one we have done before. So you can have, usually you'd hold your dumbbell like this, but because we're quite close to the floor, I might recommend just holding it like this. And simply, when I move myself forward, there we go. You let the dumbbell go over your head, keep your arms as straight as possible, feeling that stretch here in your lats, in your back, and then back up. If your weights are small enough, you can do it like this. But because mine are quite long, I don't get my arms very far above my head before it hits the floor. So I might possibly do mine like this. Just do what works, as long as you can get your arms high above your head without the weight touching the floor like that. You want to stretch just before you hit the floor. So that's everything for that round. We've got chest, triceps, shoulders, back, quads, hamstrings, we've got it all. Our calves will generally be done in our squats as well, but we could do some more dedicated calf exercises in the next round if you're feeling up to it. Right, let's go. Okay. So we're starting off with our floor chest flies. So grab your dumbbells, get your space on the floor. If you've got a bench, great. But I'm not sure if any of us do, which is fine. So great. No timer on this round, just 15 to 20 reps at your own pace. We'll all wait till we're all done and then we'll move on to the next one together. So it's not a race, but we'll all sort of try and keep it the same-ish time. No worries. I'm going to grab my dumbbells and we can start. Okay, so first exercise, chest flies. So 3, 2, 1, begin. Remember to take your time with a lot of these. Really extend all the way out and then bring them all the way back in and squeeze those pecs together. How are we getting on? Don't really finished. You all beat me to it. Okay. Just wait for Faye, no worries. There we go. There you go. Okay. So next thing we have are. That's why there's one too many. I've written chest flies twice. That's why it looks so much longer. Right, tricep kickbacks. So you want your tricep, not your tricep, your dumbbell. You want your triceps. That's another important part of the exercise. But you're going to want your dumbbell. Let's have a look. Okay. So leaning against your platform, you want to have your back nice and straight, bend over just as much as you can, elbow tucked in and extending. Okay, so when we're ready, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And once you've done your 15 to 20 on the one arm, you're more than welcome to go over and swap the other arm. Remember, it's not this bit that's important. You're not curling. You want it to start at 90 degrees and extend outwards. So you're using the tricep, not this, because then you're only using bicep. I would turn it around, but I've only got one sofa facing this way, so can't really see this arm. We're getting on, good stuff. Awesome. So finish those up. Get to the end of your reps. No rush. Awesome, looks like we're all done. So next we've got goblet squats. Hang on a sec, put that in funny. I'll set my weights back up, there we go. Okay, so find your space, find your dumbbell, and we will start squatting. Same rules as every time, 15 to 20 reps, see how you get on. Okay, can't see me, but here I am. Take it away, go for it. Awesome, great stuff. So then we're moving on to front raise. When you're ready, wait till we're all done? Yeah, we're all done. So both dumbbells now, down by your sides, alternating lifting them out in front of you. So, alternating front raise. We start in 3, 2, 1, go. Let me flip my camera up a little bit. Ooh. There we go. Brilliant, okay. We all about done? Yeah, looks like we're done with our front raise. So then we've got reverse curls. So wrists pointing towards you, knuckles outwards, curling up like that. So I'm gonna see if I can stand up for these, sort my camera out. Okay, and when you're ready, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. If it's a bit challenging, you can alternate. So remember, your elbows want to stay where they are, and you're just using the bicep to move the forearm. So I'll better set for you. How are we doing? Good stuff. There we go. How are we doing? Almost there, don't worry. If you've got more to go, you've got more to go, that's perfectly fine. Something in there. Okay, now we're all done. We have Romanian deadlifts. I guess you can see the floor. Okay. So, legs shoulder width apart, dumbbells out in front of you, like so. Slight bend in the knee, down like that, okay? So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice one. All nearly done. Is that our last one? I've got one more. Yeah, we've got one more. Pullovers. So that is back onto the floor, just one dumbbell held above your chest, stretch to above your head and back over. This is our last exercise of the round. Okay. Tighten that up real quick. There we go. Okay. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, begin. Maybe this way. Keep going. I've got to, this is 11, but of course go at your own pace. I'm on 18, I'm just gonna go to 20. And there we go. Hope you felt that engage in your lats there as you were pulling it over, feeling the stretch. So great stuff. Grab your water, grab water, grab a drink, that's the same thing. But get a drink, make sure you stay hydrated. It's not great weather today, but maybe it's just because I'm indoors, it's still quite hot. It's like very close, very muggy. So it's sweaty temperatures. But first we're going to start with T press ups, which is shoulders and chest, but I figured why stop at just chest. So we'll do T press ups for chest, and then tricep extensions for triceps, obviously. Jumping alternating lunges for quads, reverse shoulder flies for delts or shoulders, hammer curls for biceps, glute ham walkouts for glutes and hamstrings, dumbbell rows for back, and if we're feeling up to it, we might do some nice simple calf raises towards the end. And then we'll cool down. How much time will we go? 15 minutes, cool, no worries. Plenty of time, loads of time. I think that'd be perfect. Right, so starting off with T press ups. Try and get 20 of these, that's quite a lot. No, not 20, try and get 15, even that's quite a lot. Because 15 press ups can be difficult, but we're adding in an extra challenge, just going for the press up. 1, and then doing this. So when you come up on the press, you want to step a foot over, bring one arm up into your T position, so you're using that shoulder to support you there, and then back into your press up position for your next one. That was the spot challenge a couple of weeks back to do, I think it was T press ups in 2 minutes. So you might have done those before. They're a good little challenging exercise. Overhead extensions are next. So that is, really have to move myself up. Here we go. So done these loads of times. They're probably your best dumbbell tricep exercise for any sort of machine outside of for anything outside of the gym, because the gym's got some good machines, cables and such, but that's just dumbbell behind your neck, elbow pointing up and extending your arm, working that tricep. So we've got triceps, hammer curls, which are, I believe we did these last week or on Thursday. Just like regular bicep curl, but you don't move your wrist. You just start arms by your sides, with your knuckles facing outwards, out to the side, curl up to 90 degrees or a little bit more, and then back down. So as opposed to your normal bicep curl where you move your wrist and curl up like this, you're just curling no wrist. Then we have glute ham walkouts. Oh no, now I've got to move my thing back down, mate. I'm all over the place. Cool. So glute hand walkouts. These ones we've done plenty of times. Good body weight hamstring workout. Arms on the floor, shoulders on the floor. Lift your hips up and walk your legs out till they're straight, but you're not touching the floor. So as low as you get, if you can only get to here, that's fine. And then walk yourself all the way back in. Bring your heels as close as you can, back up to your hips and back to your hamstrings. Walk yourself out, hold it for a bit, and then back in. Try and keep your feet nice and close together, because that'll add extra challenge rather than a wider stance will be a bit easier. So we've got that, and then finally rows. So set myself up a bit more. Rows, a very familiar one. Slight bend in the knee, leaning over, straight back, keeping the elbow tucked into your waist, into your towards your. I haven't got any words. Elbow tucked into your body, into your upper body, rowing like that. So that's what we've got planned for round 2. So we'll get started in a second. I'm just going to adjust these dumbbells for this round. Like that. And you can get yourself ready for your T press ups to start off with. So we don't need any dumbbells to begin with, but I'm just sorting mine out. Yeah, I'm on. A bit slow. Oh, sorry about this. Gives you extra rest between the rounds before we start off with some tricky T press ups. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let me demo that a bit easier. There's that. Okay. So, starting with our T press ups. Move these dumbbells away. Try and go for 15. If you can only get to 10, that's okay, but just push yourself and get as many as you can, because it's the last chest thing we're going to be doing. Okay, so T press ups starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. There we go. So keep going, finish those off. Try and get up to 15 if you can. If you can do even more and you're loving it, keep going. You're more than welcome to. Great stuff. Okay, overhead extensions next. So you're going to want your dumbbells. One that's going to fall off. There we go. So dumbbells. Sorry, I'm going to stand up because I'm more got after that. Jumping lunges. Behind your neck. We'll start in 3. Oh, hang on, not already. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Just worried I'm going to hit the roof now, should be okay. Try and go for 15 on one arm and then 15 on the other. There we go. So finish those up for me. Great job, really good. So try and go for 15 on each tricep. Boom, boom. How are we getting on? All done? All done, okay. So then we have jumping alternating lunges. Actually, this might not be a good place to be because I might jump straight into the light above my head. I think that's probably a bit better. Hopefully you can still see me right there and I don't headbutt the light. That'd be really embarrassing. So nice big lunge out like that and then jumping into the other lunge if you can. If that is too difficult, just do your regular alternating lunge like so. But if it is at all possible, please give the jumping ones a go because it's just extra challenging. A bit of plyometrics, which is just jumping exercise. It's a bit more tiring. Better for a bit of cardiovascular exercise as well as weight, as well as body weight. So we're going to alternate. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Hang on. Ooh. Ooh. So just up to 15 or 20. Doing your best. Nice one. Okay. So after that we have reverse shoulder flies. So for this one, you're going to need your chair or your sofa or your stool or your step or whatever you've got because you're going to have to sit like you're on a bench. Ideally, we would be on a bench. So you've got room for your arms. But for this case, we're just going to have to sit really far forward on the seat and rely on your legs for a bit of support. Now, this exercise can be quite tricky because we're training the rear delt, the back of your delt there, the back of your shoulder. So, and that's a muscle that doesn't get used quite a lot. So essentially all we want you to do is sit on the edge of your seat, feet on the floor, lean over, try and keep that back as straight as possible so you're not curling over into your legs. Just a slight lean and bring the weights out, just like a regular shoulder fly. But because you're leaning forward, you've got that little bend in your elbow and squeezing those shoulder blades together as you come up. Then you're training the back of your, or the back and the side, but more back than a standing up one does. If you've got serious back issues and you're really struggling to get the lean, that's fine. We'll just do regular ones where you're standing up and you're flying them out to the side. But try and give these seated ones a go like that. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, begin. I'm going to have to bend my arms a little bit more than I'd like, just because otherwise I'm going to hit the sofa. Just get up to 15 or 20 if you're feeling up to it. I'll just do 15 for my demo. And give us a wave when you're finished. So we're almost there on the downward slope. Last 3 exercises, we've got hammer curls, glute ham walkouts and rows. So hammer curls, just those regular, curling up, no wrist movement. And we will start in 3, 2, 1, begin. Remember, don't move those wrists, it's all in the bicep. Keeping that elbow almost completely still. Nice and tucked into your body. Awesome, there we go, all done. And second last one now, I want a glute ham walkout. So I can pull myself back a bit now. Awesome. Get yourself on the floor, lying down, feet on the floor, knees bent, and we'll get started. Awesome, all right, we're ready to go. Lift your hips off the floor. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1, begin. Nice one. So once you finish up those 15 or 20 reps, move on to our last one. Last exercise of the day. How much time we got? Oh, we're a minute over. So we'll do our last one. I'm gonna do some quick stretching. So please finish those up and then we will move on to our rows. So standing, dumbbell rows. Grab your dumbbells, get into your space, and we'll get started because I've kept you for way too long already. So, little bend in the hips, small bend in the knees, bigger bend in the hips, nice straight back. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Awesome, okay. And once you've done all those, get yourself onto the floor and we will do a couple of stretches. Okay, so I will want to start off with the cobbler stretch, which is this one. You've probably done a few times before. Sitting on your bum, obviously, kind of sit on your head. Feet together, hold onto your feet, and you want to push your knees down either side to the floor, like so. So push your knees down towards the floor. You can use your elbows if you need a bit of support. I mean, like a bit of extra weight to push your knees to the floor. Feel the stretch on both sides, on the inside of your leg, and then hold it there. And as soon as it starts becoming a bit more comfortable and you feel the muscle in the leg begin to loosen, you can push your legs down a little bit more just to challenge yourself a bit further. and then back up. So then I want to do, I think it's called a lying figure four stretch, but it's effectively, you do the same position you do for an oblique sit-up, like that, where you've created a triangle or a four, as some people say it looks like a four, with your knee across your bent leg, other knee, and then your body. And then I just want you to grab your the leg that is touching the floor just under the knee, and then sit back and pull the leg towards you. I can only get my leg to about here, so you should feel the stretch in your legs and especially your glutes as you just gently pull the leg towards you and hold it there. Okay, and then swap legs. So other ankle over the leg that was just crossed over. Grab the under the knee, pull it towards you, shoulders on the floor, and hold it there. Rub one there. And back up. Got some in my eye there. Okay, and then we'll stand up and do some quick standing ones. We will do our shoulder and hip flexor combined, or hip flexors, which is this one. Big lunge forward, keeping the back leg straight. So you're feeling the stretch in your legs here again, maybe in your glutes, and then pulling the arm across, hand under the elbow, so we're stretching lots of things at once here. And remember to engage your core, keep yourself upright. Okay, and the other side. There we go. I stretched myself a bit too much there in my glutes. And you're done. I think that'll be enough for the day. I've kept you for long enough.